marry early?
I did, 21.
What?
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I know, you see, my boyfriend now keeps saying that you want more life. Growing up, at the age of 19, my uncle said, oh, if you get a boyfriend, bring him home.
In all this, where was this career? What you are doing now?
It was planted in me by my mother when I was a child, because I was a hawker on the streets.
So let's welcome our guest on the set by name, Miss Victoria Naashika Quaye. Thank you for coming on our show today.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It is a pleasure. I'm happy to be here.
It's amazing to have such an honorable person like you. With all that we've known about you, like I should be honored to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Now we've known about your story, your successful story in your career. Like I can go on and talk, and sometimes it's like we should make a book. All right. But today on myself, we're not talking about your success story.
Okay.
We are talking about how you get to your success story. Because most of us are used to what you do, but they don't even know there's this you before the scene.
Yeah.
And those you, or will I say, that's you, actually brought this you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what we'll be talking today on today's show. All right.
Sure.
So now, can you take us back to your early age in life? You're growing up, your dad, your mom, and I think we can mix that with there before we go forward.
Sure, sure. I didn't really grow up in a rich home. I remember it was like a compound house, meaning there were a lot of people living in the same place.
Wow. Is it face me and face you?
Face me and face you, yeah.
Oh, Charlie, that one there.
You know, yes. And I remember those days, we didn't even have what we call coal pots. We were using the clay to cook.
Seriously?
Here in Accra, yeah. But I don't think that lasted long. And then we got to the coal pot. And our kitchen was a zinc. Zinc created place with some holes. If it rains, the place is a mess.
Please.
Yes, so that I'm just trying to give you the picture.
The scenario of how
exactly.
Wow.
Growing up. But I think what my mom did is that she made sure I know God. My mom made sure I know God from that early age, and I saw my mom working, so I wanted to work. So as young as, I think, 5, 6, I was selling, stuff. I started with banana. Then my mom started saying, oh, I realized that there's money in selling water. So I started selling water quite young. I started very, very young.
At what age?
Between 6, 7.
What?
Yeah, that age.
What?
So I was selling, I wasn't going far then. I was selling for the people in my area because, remember you put some ice block.
At that age, how do you relate to people?
Oh, it was easy. I'm a lovable child, I'm that sociable, so it was quite easy. I'll just go to the next house. Do you want to buy my water? Because it was chilled. We put the blocks in a small bucket and cups.
Okay.
So that's how I started. Little by little, I started going out, and as I keep, as I grow, I think I stopped selling water as a hawker at the age of 16, 17, when I was going to the secondary school.
Okay, were you selling the water to be able to further your education, or you are doing it because that's what you people live up to?
I think it was a mix of almost everything. To support my mom. I remember they interviewed my mom, and some of the things I even forgot, she remembered, and she told the person, she was like, my daughter, she she don't go. She said she will go because she wanted to support, me. And so, yeah, growing up, it was like, I'm not saying it was pretty. It was never pretty. Never.
There's no way such life should be
No,
pretty.
it was never
No,
pretty.
we don't even want it.
Because just imagine this young, slim girl,
young girl who could be having a good life.
Exactly,
and
would just be carrying water on the head, going in about these men at the spare parts areas,
the stations
yes,
and all that.
it wasn't. I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit emotional, but
No.
it wasn't easy. It wasn't.
No, nah.
It wasn't a situation that you say, oh, I'm doing it because it's fun. No. The struggle and the hustle has been so real that sometimes my mom will have to depend on the coins I was bringing for us to go and buy dry small fish in order for us to add it to probably some 3 days kokonte. I don't know how you guys call it. Ground pepper with at a point we were eating that consistently for a while before my mom would meet her husband.
Now, please, you've been mentioning about your mom.
Yeah.
Your mom.
Yeah.
What about your dad? What happened?
May his soul rest in peace, my biological father.
Okay.
He didn't take care of me. But as I keep growing, the Bible says, honor thy parents, right? So that thy days on earth will be
long. Yeah.
So I went back to my dad. I surprised him on one of his birthdays. Just try to connect. This is my father. And all that. I don't care whether.
But he's aware you were existing. He's aware.
Oh yes.
He was married to your mom.
If he once in a while, I think he came when I was quite young, wanted to take me back to Nigeria, but my mom said no because I'm an only girl.
Okay.
We were 4. I lost my big brother. May his soul rest in peace too.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You see some of the struggles.
Yeah,
if I tell you, that one is crazy.
Serious.
Exactly.
I think in our next season, we are really going to talk about fatherhood. They have been missing. They are messing a lot up. And there's a lot people should learn.
Yeah.
There's a lot people should understand.
It's
Fatherhood is deep. And people don't
Very
know it.
important.
You take it for granted and you bring in a life and put that life in a dicey situation. Yeah. But back to your story, Navik. Your growing up is quite challenging. You've been through a lot.
Yeah.
You've really been through a lot. Growing up, we want to be pampered. We want to be your child.
I know.
And when your childhood is stripped off you.
Exactly.
Listen, there's a certain age you get, you think you are even cursed. You don't want to.
It's true. A friend of mine told me, if I had your beauty, like the stuff I would do. And I said, for what? What will you be doing? Because is it to glorify God or to glorify yourself?
Or to satisfy yourself.
Exactly.
Anyway, let's go on a quick commercial break. When we'll come back, we'll continue on your story.
True.
Thank you.
It's fast. It's deadly insect. It makes the whole family unrest, especially at night. But worry no more, cause the revolutionary Abro Super Blast Mosquito Spray. It travels fast, works fast, and with a very good fragrance, accommodating mild and tender smell. That's Abro Super Blast Insecticide Spray. Distributed by Coast Ghana Limited, Spinters Road, Motorway, Accra, Ghana. Abro, trusted name worldwide.
Welcome back to the show. Navik, you're growing up. How do you manage to escape through that life challenges? Because I know you see those people that hawk on the streets. I tell them the most risk job you can do is to hawk, especially if you're a female child.
Yeah.
Because it exposes you to danger.
I'm telling you.
It exposes you to early sex.
Yeah.
It exposes you to rape.
Yeah.
It exposes you to even jump into marriage.
Yeah.
Because this is not what you want. This is not what every female child wants, a soft life. Unfortunately, most of us get into that situation where you see the soft life self. The hard one crash if you want to come out, you're still thinking about it. So how do you manage to escape all these situations that I just mentioned?
I honestly don't know, but I think it still goes back to me loving going to church more, me involving myself in a lot of church activities. And I think I took whatever they were saying at church very serious. It was very personal. And I didn't want to disappoint my mom. You understand?
I don't.
You are the only girl.
It's going to be a bond.
Exactly. I really didn't want to disappoint my mom. So it's all about the mindset.
Was it the reason why you married early, or was it something else?
Yes, it is one of the reasons why.
One of the reasons.
Yeah. Because when I met my ex-husband, immediately I just took him home. You know, why am I hiding? You know, Mom, this is the man. He likes me. He's my boyfriend. And why should we do boyfriend for what, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? Are they going?
No, please, let me not call you short. How did you really understand at that age that boyfriend wasn't necessary? It wasn't what will help you.
So, when I met him, I saw someone who loved me. I saw someone, I felt like I was being protected. You know, girls, we like whether you like it or not, as a woman, you definitely want a male figure around you. And he represented that moment. That moment, he was there. He wanted to make sure, okay, so let's do this. And he was telling me his mind, his future. I got attracted to those things. You know, because me, I'm a hustler. My mindset is, I'm quite industrious. So, okay, so if you want to do this, let me bring this together. Let's add our heads together. And I believe so much in power couple. Like that story, like there was a struggle and now there's a success. You know, so that I wanted that to be my story. I really wanted that to be my story. So when we got married and then, you know, we were going through all those struggles. Sometimes we don't even eat proper food. We can eat gari and water. And I remember telling myself that divorce, never, it's not in my book.
Why? Was it because mommy said?
No.
Was it because the church?
It's because I was thinking of two things.
Okay.
Like I told you, power couple. Let's struggle and make it. And and I believe in this phrase, I don't know how. I think about it today, I'm like, what in heaven's name was I thinking? The phrase was, behind every successful man, there's a woman. Like, and I wanted to be that woman so bad. That's the mindset. So that mindset was like, I'll go through this, I'll go through this, I'll go through this. But at the end of the day, me thinking behind every successful man, there is a woman, meaning that woman supported him through the struggles. Me, going through that struggles with you, then you are using our money to take care of another woman.
Okay, let's go on a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll continue.
It's fast, it's deadly insect. It makes the whole family unrest, especially at night. But worry no more, cause the revolutionary Abro Super Blast Mosquito Spray. It travels fast, works fast, and with a very good fragrance, accommodating mild and tender smell. That's Abro Super Blast Insecticide Spray. Distributed by Kuscharich Ghana Limited, Spinters Road, Motorway, Accra, Ghana. Abro, trusted name worldwide.
We are back on the set. Still with Naashika. Victoria Naashika. A very wonderful person. Naashika.
Naashika,
right?
yes.
Your story, you have 3 kids, right? And during this period, how was the marriage? How did you see? What really happened?
It was, you know, the normal couple issue, ups and downs, infidelity, controlling, because just imagine 20-year-old girl, what do you know? Very naive. So what I want to say, in life, you don't have enough knowledge or information about something, don't make a decision.
Okay.
Just wait. Okay. Yes. So it was that. So it was a whole thing, physical abuse.
Have you at any point think that because your dad wasn't there, could also attribute to all these mistakes.
Yes.
Because I feel like if your dad has been there, your mommy's yes could be daddy's no.
Yes.
Because he's a man.
Truthfully,
he would have seen
when my biological father heard about it, he wasn't happy. Because he's like, wait, BC got married? How? I mean, that's my Nigerian name. You know, so he wasn't really happy. And even my father now, my stepdad, but I love that man so much. He himself too wasn't truly happy. But I think I forgot one part. You know, after the proposal, he proposed on Valentine's Day. I got pregnant. So the pregnancy, I was like, okay. He was like, you know what? Let's marry. He proposed already. Okay. A couple of months, I got pregnant, and he was like, I don't want to have a child out of wedlock, so let's marry. Let's marry. Okay. Yeah. So daddy wasn't happy. Daddy was very disappointed.
He should
my
be.
mom was disappointed, but my mom knows the girl she has raised. You know, so it's like she's going to do well. But I was still very naive.
You're very naive. Yeah.
If now you ask me if I would have done the same thing, no. The mental drainness, being a young mother, at the same time, being a committed wife, and being a supporting partner, making sure your husband should be successful, you know, putting everything you've learned in school, you know, into his life, pouring everything into his life, and forgetting about yourself. I remember one time when I was under his punches, the words that I could only speak was, I was never created for you to punch me.
Wait, it became that abusive,
very
that
abusive.
Toxic to a point of
Yes, that's
physical.
what I'm saying. You see, because I was so young, marrying early, it gives the other partner the power to feel that, what do you know? I own you, I control you. I always say, I don't blame anybody because I'm forgiven, forgotten. But it was a situation, whether it doesn't kill you, it will make you stronger.
Yeah, it will make you stronger, you're right.
You get it? And we keep using the word strong, strong, strong. But if in order for you to become mentally strong or have a stronger personality, it means you have to go through hell.
You have to go through.
And there is not a lot of people can handle what I went through.
Now, at what age in your marriage do you begin to feel this negativity?
Yes. Oh, when we were 6 years in marriage.
6 years.
6 years.
How long were you in that marriage?
Oh, almost, well, let's say 12 years.
12 years.
Yeah.
What do you think have changed him?
Was
he making money?
Yes, money started coming.
Money started coming.
Money started
because
coming.
You know there this word that said, once a man has money, every of his behavior comes to life.
Yeah. Oh, money started coming in. I've had kids, you know, so it's all about the personality. His personality started coming out.
Yeah. But while you were dating, you didn't see all the red flags.
Those days, what is red flag? I didn't know what red flag. No. I treated this person like he was the only man in the world. You understand? And that kind of mindset was there.
Charlie, this is strong. At the end of the day, how did you get out?
2012, when finally I ended up at the hospital because of the physical abuse.
Abuse, wow.
Then the whole thing started coming. The psychologist who came to the hospital said, if you were my daughter, I would have told you to divorce. The people were now saying those things. Then I decided to, and that wasn't even the first time of the abuse. I decided to really look at it again.
And see from their perspective.
Yeah, so actually, after the hospital incident, I stayed for extra 2 years. I became a bit spiritual and I started praying because that was the time I decided to commit suicide because I felt worthless.
What? It got to that point?
Yes, it got to that point.
Yeah,
some of the abuse, I still have some of the marks on me.
So sorry.
It became, I felt very like, come on, God, why are you watching this happen? I'm a good girl. What does the other woman has that I don't?
You don't have,
you know, because now it became, the words became more abusive. Look at your nose.
Abusive.
Your nose is not nice. Then I'm like, I'll go and look at the girl he's dating picture.
And you're like,
you see the whole thing. And it was
Oh, Charlie.
yeah.
This is serious.
Yes, my mental health was terrible. So I became a drunkard. Listen, if you give me a bottle of this whiskey, I'll finish it. Yeah, I'll pass out on a man who...
Bad marriage.
Yeah.
Early marriage.
Early marriage. But it is not in general. There are some
people who
that's
get
what I'm saying.
married
It's a
early
personality. Is you know, and this man will never care. There was a time I was so sick, went to the hospital. He was rather angry. So it's the person.
The person himself.
So people are like, but you are so sweet. What happened?
What happened? Yeah.
You know, you are like this. You are sociable. You are humble. So then I realized there's nothing wrong with me. It's the person I'm dealing with.
Don't you think that he came in because he wanted something from you?
I still don't know whatever it was, but then I'm glad he's doing well, and I'm glad he's moved on. No hard feelings.
That's the most important.
Oh yes, you know, and I'm also very happy in a relationship.
Yeah.
But I'm scared of marriage.
Now, was this your story that brought you to the limelight of your company, of the water?
Yeah. I started my company telling my story.
Please, can you shed more light?
Yes. So after divorce, I met someone, like a family friend, and this man came to me and he's like, "You are so beautiful." And he said, "So what are you doing now?" I said, "Oh, I want to sell wigs. I want to sell bags." And he said, "Why don't you tell your story?" Meanwhile, because I have the background of water, so why don't you tell your story?
When you mean you have a background of water, was it because of the sachet water you sold on the street?
That, and also when I was with my partner, we were doing water. So after divorce, and the person was like, "Tell your story."
Wow.
And when I had one guy who says, "Madam, but you know how to handle customers and water and all that. Why don't you pick it up?"
Wow.
And I took some time for myself. Like, okay, yes. So as I keep telling my story, and I make sure that I was very consistent with my work, you know, and clear, precise, truthful. You know, it's really helped me, because now people are like, why will a woman go on the field with all this drilling and there's dust everywhere? You know, and this woman is pretty, you know, and she's doing all this. So people are intrigued. They're like,
yeah, because,
you know, and let me tell you something. When you start a business and you are real about it, you don't lie. You know, this me, I can't do it, which is true. And you know you can also do it. So you can, the people, look, the support system will be amazing. You know, and I was real. I get a job, I do it well, you know, and the recommendation, and I started getting people writing articles about me, Pulse Nigeria, the newspaper, The Sun, is it The Sun?
The
Nigeria.
Sun, yeah, the Nigerian newspaper.
Yeah, I've had Spectator do a cover. So many articles from even Sierra Leone. They were like, "Oh, there's this water woman." So I started giving
because you being a woman and handling such a job.
And it will surprise you, internationally. They do have groups like the UN, like it's a whole lot, especially women doing water. Because if the woman doesn't go to the stream to bring you water or bring water at home, the children and men, what are they going to use? If you start a business, you need to still put in the time and effort and learn more about what you do. Then they started diverting to speaking, you know, engagements like
and all that.
Motivational, talking about, you know, how startups and all that. And then from local to international, like I told you, join groups, and these groups, you see, they will invite international people. They love your story. Then they too, they will connect you. So you see how God keeps. I keep saying this, my God. God is the best kente weaver.
I'm telling you.
As long as you don't give up on yourself, you don't disappoint yourself. God would never give up on you. I went to Germany to speak in a university startup, and that one you have to put in work. You know, they made me write a whole chapter in one of their books. When you go to Germany, Zeppelin University.
But now I'm sorry I'm cutting you short, because when I saw all the awards, it's so very short period of time,
Very
you
short.
were so recognized like
Yes.
that. That is grace.
But remember, I don't think I said this. Who do you think I rely on?
I don't know, but I think it's God, though, because this one...
Let me tell you something. If I tell you what I left, we struggle for material things. I left a whole office complex, a house with a pool, cars, and came to my mother's house with my bag and my kids.
Wow.
You understand?
I do.
If I show you where I was sleeping before, because my mother didn't know I was going to, divorce was never part of the deal.
Your deal, yeah.
That day, I said, God, if you take me out of this place, take me from glory to glory. Because I don't have anyone. You are my plan A, you are my plan B, you are my plan C to Z. But you know, you will still be tempted to do things that might bring shame.
But that's why we are human.
Exactly. But that should also remind you that you are a special being. So keep the focus going.
Now, with all this, how come your foundation? I was expecting you to be on a girl child foundation.
Yeah.
So why your foundation? Why that?
Heart of Dacia. My daughter's name is Dacia, my first daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And she has a heart of gold.
Okay.
She's stubborn, but her heart is beautiful. My children, all of them, their heart is beautiful. But you know, she's my second born, so
okay.
when I wanted, I'm like, Heart of Dacia Foundation, you know, and the focus is giving the basic, just the basic, like shoe, uniform, and also two focus, the basic and water.
Water,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, as we come to the end of the show, we are not leaving without telling Na to give us 1 or 2 words.
As a young lady, my advice to you is know yourself more before you take the step of marriage. And if you're a single mother and your child's father wants to be in the life of the child, please allow it. You cannot do it all, allow it. And find a career, take care of yourself. It's important, if without you taking care of yourself, there is no other generation that will come out of you that will be sane. And this is a fact. So please, love yourself more. Allow fathers to be fathers in their children's life. And find something to do. When you're doing that thing, you get to know yourself more.
More better, yeah.
More better.
You can't come to our show going empty-handed.
Yay.
Yeah, this from our sponsors.
Oh,
And
wow.
we're saying a very big thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And please, you can follow us on all our social media handles, our Facebook, The Lily Show, Instagram, Lily Show. We have TikTok as well. You can follow, I think, Lily Show Africa on our TikTok.